And gents, we're here. We talk about wrestling.
Charlotte beat me. I put you in a neck brace before. I have no problem doing it again.
You haven't seen it, honey. I was.
Oh, bitch! No, the fuck y'all did that! So much balls. There's too much balls on that ref. Too many red balls. Look at all these balls. Look at this. Damn! Oh, Jesus! We are witnessing child abuse on TV, Lord. Oh, have mercy. Now, watch your mouth when you talking to me, ho. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. You ain't getting nothing. You don't get nothing. You either earn it or you don't. You pasty bitch. That ain't how this works. Uh-oh. Hit it with a zigzag. Let's go, baby. Let's go, dog. Let's go. I'm fucks with it. We sick of your shit.
Hey, girl, hey. Life, relationships, pop culture.
Well, go ahead. I'm listening. And he'll be looking at me. He will be looking at me and he will go to sleep. He will go to sleep. Look at me in my face. I'm talking to you.
We talk about it all, baby. So, y'all ready? I know y'all ready. Because it's showtime. And that's on the ancestors, baby.
All right. So let me get y'all comments in. Hello. Hey, how y'all doing? I'm trying to find a little photo images from them advertising the show tonight, but they ain't posting nothing, B. So we're gonna do this the best way I know how. We'll just talk about NXT and what we saw. And because they have not posted the new stuff for it yet, and I was very, very upset, and I was like, what is going on? Let me go to www.com, see what I can find over there. Walhalla Llama Ding Dong, but his whole Badusi into taking them hits from Ilya. NXT was great, Tirza. Actually, it was very, very, very good. That match between Axiom and Nathan Frazier is one of my favorite matches of the year, and that says a lot because I don't really pick matches like that, but they really did a very good job with that match. It was so much fun to watch. It was such a heavy back and forth. Oh, I loved it. I found the graphics finally. They put it up on WWE.com, but they put them up late. Losers. So I have to pull this off of the website and then get them uploaded so we can talk about this and y'all can visually see what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? But the first match of the night was Javier and Brian Breaker for whatever reason. It came from last night. No, you're fine. No worries. It came from last week, actually, when Big Body Javi decided he was talking shit about Brian Breaker and anybody else that was there. He pretty much just was like, well, we're going to have a match next week since you wanted to put your foot in your mouth. We're going to fight next week. So that's what happened. And it was a pretty short match. So there wasn't much to it. There wasn't really much to talk about, to be honest. Yeah, they had a match. There was a match. Now, the reason why I haven't been giving Mandy any flack lately is, one, I haven't had to watch her on TV, and two, I wasn't going to watch if she was there, but just out of respect for Mandy and what she's going through, I haven't said anything about her. I know that Mandy lost her brother around the same time that her friend Sarah died. So it's a pretty tough week on Mandy, and I'm not a evil bitch, so yeah, I was fine with letting Mandy have some time to get herself together, and it appears that is what's happening because Mandy hasn't been on TV in 2 weeks, and Mandy is just going through a lot. So outside of kayfabe, outside of like, you know, anything other than me just being realistic, like outside of kayfabe, my condolences to her and her family for her brother. And of course, I wish her nothing but the best, you know, dealing with the loss of her friend Sarah. I know that's hard on a lot of people. So I am very sorry for that. And I hope that they are able to get through that, because I know that can be very rough on people when they lose someone that they're very close to. And Mandy lost 2 people. Okay. She lost 2 people. So that's hard. Now I don't see a match scheduled for Mandy to fight at Halloween Havoc, but I assumed that they were going to. However, she is not advertised for Halloween Havoc in these infographics at all. And I don't think that she is going to compete at Halloween Havoc next week. I think they're allowing her to have her time to grieve and get herself together and then come back. Sonya was in NXT today, which I'll get to that in a second. But let's just start off from the beginning, okay? So, like I said, Brian Breaker had a match with Javi for whatever reason. I don't really care. This match was not worth the time nor the effort to watch it. Commentary. Okay, so since this match wasn't worth it, I'm not going to go into it any further. Let's talk about the commentary. I don't think Booker T knows enough about NXT to do commentary on NXT. I honestly think that they should have put him on Raw with Corey, and put Kevin, and left Kevin in the back. And it's no shade to Kevin, but yeah, like I genuinely believe that NXT would have fared better if they had jumbled things up just a little bit more. They could have put Corey in NXT, in my opinion. I would have preferred that. Corey would work better in NXT. He knows the people in NXT. Booker T should have been on SmackDown or on Raw. Wade Barrett could have definitely been on Raw with Kevin if that's the way they wanted to do it. Oh God, it was just odd. And he just seemed like he was out of place. Like he wasn't sure of himself when he was speaking. Sometimes he would get a good piece going and he would say stuff, but he was missing cues. Like Vic Joseph kind of had to guide him a little bit. It wasn't a fun time to listen to Booker T. I figured that he would do okay because he's done commentary before. But with him being in NXT, I feel like they should have prepped him better because he didn't really know a lot of the people there, and he was just going off of what he saw. I think I can give it a better assessment after a couple of weeks, but the first day for him, it was rough. I'm not gonna lie, it was a rough day for Booker T. I can tolerate him on commentary. His podcast is not a place that I will go because I'll be checking his ass every chance I get. I don't really sit horses with Booker T too many times because I feel like a lot of things he says in character but you're on a podcast and you do not clarify what you're saying. You always go after the Black people heavily, super strong, and they don't get a break. They even when they're damn near perfect, like you always find a flaw somewhere. And he's very heel happy. If they're not a heel and like doing it and doing things underhandedly, Booker T finds some kind of way to like cut them down, So me and him have issues. Well, at least I do. It's a one-sided problem. And it's more specifically, I got a problem with him and how he cuts down people, especially the Black girls. I find that his assessment of Naomi and Bianca is always flawed in some kind of way. Like he always finds some kind of way to find a problem with them specifically. Sasha sometimes too. He does that with her sometimes too. I just don't care for him. But on commentary, he's pretty even keel, But today he was flat. Like he fell completely flat. Like if you could watch a person fall flat on their face, he definitely did that. Okay, it wasn't good. But other than that, the show itself was very good. But I didn't even listen to the commentary. I had to turn it down because I was trying to do my own commentary over some of the things that was being said. And I tend to watch the shows with no commentary or no talking, period. Sometimes because if I turn it up too loud, it'll catch in the video and WWE will flag that shit immediately. So I have to be very, very careful about how I watch the shows. But I usually watch it with the caption on so I can read what's said, but it's a very weird place. The commentary for tonight was odd. It's the best way to explain it. Her brother passed away. Yes, honey, he did. He passed away the same day that they announced Sarah passed away. It was odd. I don't really know all the logistics. Rico or Don would have to tell you more, but yeah, it was a double whammy for Mandy. So like I said, I might give Mandy a lot of flack, but real outside of kayfabe, outside of wrestling, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna shit on her while she's going through something heavy like that. So I hope everything works out for her. I know that is a very, very, very rough thing to get over, especially if you're very close to your sibling. I know that's hard. So I hope whatever she needs, she gets, whether it be therapy or just love from her fans and from her family. And of course, the comfort from her fiance, because it could be a very difficult thing to go through. And I don't want anybody to go through that. So I wish her nothing but the best and all the condolences to her and her family. I mean, her mother must be going through it, but yeah. Damn, her friend and her brother all in the same week. How fucking tragic. My condolences and prayers to her and her family, and I'm sending her positive vibes and a healing hug. Exactly. Like Mandy's a good person. Outside of character, she's very, very nice. A lot of people have met her in person. They say that she's just very sweet and very kind, and I believe them because she seems like it. So I don't have nothing bad to say about that, and that's where I'm gonna leave it. Javi's render is nicer looking than he is on live TV. Child, he's not a bad looking dude. He's just irritating. He's just irritating. Big body Javi is just irritating. I don't know where the big body part come from because I don't see it. Like he's cruiserweight to me at best. So I'll just be like, okay. Like Javier is just a weird individual in my opinion. I don't know what's going on with him, but like he pretty much is the guy who puts everybody over. But he's just weird looking motherfucker, and I'm just not. I'm not feeling him at all. But everybody else seems to like him. I don't give a shit about Javi. I could not see him for a while and be happy about that. Like dead ass. But anyways, I don't care for Booker T either, especially all the shit he was talking about Naomi, Big E, and a slew of others. He can sit on and twirl for all I give a fuck. I agree. She posted something on her story, not a direct rip. Okay. He looked better with his long hair. Yeah, you can have that. It's cause he's a heel. I like him entirely. But me and Don see the vision. I don't like Javi, whether he was a face or a heel, it wouldn't matter to me. There's nothing about him that stands out to me. I don't see it. Y'all see it. Good for y'all. But for me, I don't see anything in him. So until he do something that's worthwhile, I don't give a shit about what he be doing or what he be saying. I truly, truly don't. Exactly my point. Nobody. He's a nobody. Let's move on. This was a best of 3 match, and this was my favorite match of the night. It was so much fun to watch. These two are magic in the ring together. They looked awesome together. I loved watching them together in that ring. It was so much fun. This match was high. It's an instant classic. I will argue anybody to the ground about it because it was so good. It was so fucking good. If you missed it and you have opportunity to watch it, I highly recommend that you do that because, babes, when I tell you that this shit is ridiculous, this shit is ridiculous. This whole match, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, just fighting, back and forth, back and forth, back by. It was so good. It was so good. There was some spots in here that were amazing. I mean, I can't rave enough about this match. And this is the kind of match you would watch back in a playback. Like if it was a couple months from now and you really wanted to get a good feeling, you would be like, bitch, I most definitely am going to rewatch this match. Their whole series was very, very good, but this match alone was dope. Ultimately, Nathan Frazier did beat Axiom, and Nathan Frazier was added to the match at Halloween Havoc. So now the match is set. Everybody is already in tow, and we have Nathan Frazier, Oro Mensah, Carmelo Hayes, Wesley, and fucking Von Wagner. Fucking Von Wagner. Now watch they do something ignorant and get this shit to Von Wagner. If they do, I'm not watching the North American Championship in any way, shape, or form. Not doing it. I fucking refuse. I am not watching anything that he does if he gets the fucking championship because he's horrible. He's horrible on the microphone and he barely has any wrestling skill. I don't like Von Wagner at all. Don't care if he's a face or a heel. Don't care. Not a fan. Nope. Not gonna do it. Okay? Okay? You leave that man alone. I saw a lot of people saying these two went off tonight. I'm gonna have to definitely go back and watch. Oh yeah, you missed it. I mean, Nathan Frazier is a graduate of Seth Rollins Wrestling School, so I'm not surprised in the least. I know Seth is very proud. Yep. Well, I'm not watching it. They can give it to him all they want to. I'm not watching it. I don't have anything to do with fucking Von Wagner. I don't like him. I don't care for his matches. None of that. None of it. All right. So the tag team division is heating up, and Schism, Brinson, Briggs, and Jensen. I'm going to just call them niggas Brinson because they all meld together to me. And then we had Idris and Malik. All right. Bladed and Alfade ended up winning this match, which thank God for Cameron Grimes. And I never thought in a million years I would say that. But real talk, thank God for Cameron Grimes because Joe Gacy and Schism tried to cheat. Joe Gacy attacked Malik, knocked him out, and it was all Schism after that. But Cameron came out of nowhere. just nowhere. Have y'all ever seen the episode of the Boondocks? And if you ain't never seen it, I'm just gonna tell you what happened. So in this episode, Tom got possessed by this old cantankerous dude that is nothing but a agent of chaos, right? And they call it a nigga moment, right? So this old dude possessed Tom, and Tom was a lawyer, straight-laced dude, very much, he was black, he had a white wife and a mixed daughter, and that was the premise of the show, which is why I'm telling you like that, okay? But Tom was just a very straight-laced, you could say he was a whitewashed type of dude. And he never cursed. He never spoke ill of anybody. He was very poised. And all of a sudden, he went full ghetto on this dude that took his spot from him. And he double dry. He double kicked that nigga in the chest. Both of his feet. Kicked him dead in his shit. He was like, you ain't a dick, nigga. You ain't. Now you done got kicked in your chest. That's how Cameron came out the damn I can't describe it no better than that. I really can't. Because, baby, when I tell you Cameron Grimes fucked his shit up, he messed him up. He messed him up. Oh my God. It was tearing me apart. I was in here dying. And that's gonna be his name from now on. Fucking Von Wagner. Because don't nobody give a shit about Von Wagner. Cameron Grimes tore his ass up. Cameron said, surprise, motherfucker. Now, what's going to happen at Halloween Havoc? And they haven't put up the graphic for them yet, which I don't understand why, but they haven't. Cameron Grimes and Schism are supposed to have a match. And Schism said it's going to be a 3-on-1 match because nobody likes Cameron. Well, Cameron said, while here in NXT, I don't trust nobody in NXT. But that's not the only part of the WWE. So next week, now I don't think they're going to have that match at Halloween Havoc. I think that's just going to be next week during the show for NXT. So next week on Tuesday, they're supposed to have a couple of matches. And I think Cameron Grimes is supposed to compete against Schism next week, but he's going to have some surprises coming in tow, which leads me to some other surprises. So we got to see that Roxanne was invited to SmackDown. So Cora went and put out a tweet and shit on Twitter because she was pissed because nobody invited fuck-ass Cora to SmackDown or Raw. Well, Rhea Ripley bit on the tweet. So did fuck Bob Bailey. And apparently Rhea Ripley is the one who got the bait, okay? Because Bailey was like, we got shit we handling right now, but I'll come at you later. All right? And Rhea was like, you want to come to Raw, huh? Okay. I got something. I guess we got something for you here. So they decided to make this a pick your poison type of situation, okay? So Cora's going to pick Roxanne's opponent, and Roxanne's going to pick Cora's opponent. Now, each of those opponents are going to be from Raw or SmackDown. So Roxanne's going to pick somebody and Cora going to pick somebody. Now, if Cora pick Rhea Ripley, then great. We got to suffer for Ripples the Clown for 2 days, back to back. Okay? Now, if Roxanne got her pick of the litter, she could pick Shotzi. She could pick anybody. You know, she could pick Raquel. Aaliyah's out still, so she can't pick her. She could pick Shayna. I'd pick Shayna. Shayna ain't doing nothing. Maybe she could pick Liv. Liv might be able to recover from whatever crazy she going through. What?
I hook all them hoes up. Hey, Charlotte.
Charlotte is dancing with Andrade, getting dick down every night. She ain't worried about no damn NXT. I'm not.
Come back one night and then you go back and do what you doing.
I'm not finna call Charlotte. I'm not finna call Charlotte to go wrestle fuck ass Cora. Okay? Golden Brown Cora is not somebody who you call Charlotte for. Okay? I'm not finna do that. The hell? Nah. To add to the women's mess, okay? Glitter Scar decided to bring her ass to NXT on behalf of Mandy, okay? And basically, she was like, she thinks she just gonna kidnap my best friend and get away with it. Now, she said, Mandy and I, we might have our differences, you know, but she's still my best friend. Translation, I ain't got shit going on, ain't shit going on. So now that I'm on my own, why did it end this way? Now that I'm on my own and I ain't got nothing going, and my best friend got all of the tea and all the drive and all the tenacity, and she got all of the power in NXT, I'm gonna come down here and help her out while she on hiatus, because I can't have nobody coming after my best friend, you know, because I got to hitch a ride on her caboose because I ain't got one of my own. That's the translation. Okay? That's basically what she said. Now, Glitter Scar says she gonna be in the ring next week, and she gonna call out Alba because Alba ain't gonna make it to Halloween Havoc. That's what she said. That's what she said. And I said, child, boom. She said she coming up with bats and shit. I'm like, girl, wasn't you shucking on Charlotte's nipples on motherfucking Raw all the fucking time? Girl, you need to shut your ass up. Every time you brought your ass out there, you crying because you ain't like the way a match went. You restarted it. Girl, we don't forget nothing. The IWC don't forget shit, Glitter Scar. We know all your shit. We know all of it. And you still got your ass whooped. Head of the table and still got your ass whooped. A mess. Mandy had to go to NXT. Ended up getting her two little cronies to help her out. Mandy was able to make herself into a mega star in a year. In a year's time. While you still floundering on SmackDown, yelling at Adam and mad at Adam because you feel like he ain't booking you right and he cost you your job. Girl, get your glitter ass up out of here. Go to hell. Go to hell. Styrofoam witch. Go to hell. We ain't trying to hear none of that. We ain't trying to hear none of that. We ain't trying to hear none of that. Not getting digged down. There she is. Shoot, the way he was looking, they had a video of them dancing, and they was just having a good old time. The way Andrade was looking at her, dying right. If she ain't careful, she gonna be pregnant. Shit. I hope you using condoms, ma'am, because Andrade love him some Charlotte. You understand me? He love him some Ashley. All right? He not playing. That girl gonna have her a nice little Mexican and Caucasian baby, and they gonna be beautiful and strong, because you know Charlotte's strong, and that baby gonna be tall, and they're gonna be playing every sport you can think of, and they coming to eat and break their mama record. She probably gonna fight him. I can see it. I can see it happening. Anyway, I call Charlotte for Roxanne because that could be freaking slap. I would not call Charlotte for none of this. Okay. On my own. Okay, Dino. Charlotte probably like, don't call me to make light work of this long back ass bitch. Girl. Now she got a long bite. She said she got a long bite, Jerry. She
do.
Her bite long. That tickled me. Oh, God. God knows that's funny. I wouldn't call Charlotte for either one of these bitty bitches. Okay? you looking to watch her whoop ass? Like, why? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Gigi looking at Sonya like, oh, why is you here? Period. Why is you here? Why is you here? You and that raggedy ass lounge y'all done created. Y'all went to the dumpster and got them damn couches, and y'all went on Amazon and bought y'all a couple of furry towels and furry covers and slap them over them dirty ass couches. Y'all went on Amazon and got some of them curtains and strung them along, child. Now I said, I love Charlotte, but if she calls somebody long back, that's the pot calling the kettle black. Amen. Amen. Because Charlotte knows she ain't know, because Charlotte ain't never talked about nobody ass. But child, Charlotte knows she ain't got no hips. She know that. She knows that. She's aware of that. Okay. She said, look, I only want to adjust one body part, and that's my tittles. I ain't got no tittles, so I'm going to get me some. Okay. She went a little too big the first time. She said, okay, look, these give me problems. Let me downsize these a little bit. And she went and got the perfect size for her body, and she looked nice. Not everybody going to have ass. Okay. Some of us just naturally gifted. Some of us melanated folk just got ass naturally, you know. And if you ain't got it naturally, you can work out to gain ass, okay? Shar, Cora, and Dakota all buying under their lack of sitting muscle. And Dakota walked like her ass is hurting. I don't know what's wrong with she walked like Hank Hill. You know how Hank Hill
Who said they ain't got no sitting muscle?
Rico. Rico been watching Flapjack.
Rico know about Flapjack.
I read it and didn't even catch it. I didn't catch it till you said something about it.
That's why I looked up like she didn't catch that.
Hey, Kitty. Oh, Lord have mercy. Mm-hmm. Charlotte ain't hopping up no good pig to make light work of that rotisserie chicken looking ass. Tears. Please, I can't breathe. Please. Stop, please. Please stop. Please. She said he looked like rotisserie chicken.
Just on the hook. You spin me right round, baby. Right round.
Oh, y'all know why it's funny? Because it's fucking true. Her skin do look like that. But if Brian Breaker love it, child, I don't have to. I don't have to.
You like chicken, that's why you talking to her.
Because she ain't much meat to give, honey.
Well, he ain't dating because of me. He just like the skin.
Gerard, please. Please. Please stop. Please stop, sir.
I'm just saying.
Y'all gotta quit. Rico said, I have made Tiff and Jer laugh. I fulfilled my daily quota. I can't. No, you know what cracked me up? Was them damn videos of that little damn doll Megan. Child, let me see if I can find one out. I'm not gonna be able to play it because, bitch, them damn Megan dolls. There's a movie called Megan Get Ready to Come Out. Let me see if I can find a picture of Megan. She done been memed and everything. It's all over Twitter. And that shit is creepy as hell. If Alexa's in here, baby, please don't look. But child, when I tell you that little thing be winding, she get the dancing and shit.
She done it for a hot second, you know what I'm saying?
I said, girl. No, they got one that say Megan on it.
Megan!
I am crying. Stop. Stop it. Hold on a second. Oh, come on, computer. I heard people calling the little damn thing Dove Cameron. That shit took me the fuck out. They was like, Dove Cameron on getting a new movie. Did y'all see her new movie? I was like, that's not Dove Cameron. Y'all ain't have to fuck with that lady like that. So Don said that's fucking disrespectful, Tirza, to rotisserie chicken. He said Cora could fucking never. Oh my God. Cora still look a bit undercooked. Ooh. Her ass look like corn that was grilled. Oh Lord, have mercy. Tirza said good peen will make you do some shit. It ain't gonna make you do that. No, baby, not Megan Thee Stallion, honey. Let me show you who Megan is. Let me show you who Megan and Megan are. Hold on, baby. Hold on. So, like I said, it's a new movie called Megan. And the little girl. Let me see. And in the movie, so this is what she look like. So it's an AI doll, okay? The doll is supposed to help you, okay? It's supposed to be there for you, never leave you alone. It's supposed to be there for you. But this damn doll, AI take over and decide she want to live and do what she want to do. And she start doing some crazy shit. There's a scene that they have in the trailer where the girl got all her dolls or stuff. It's in the forest and they up against the wall. And Megan is there. And she looked like a doll. Nobody knows that she can come to life or anything like that. And the little boy is messing with her. And he's like, is the doll real? Can she talk? Make her talk. So the little girl is, basically scared of him. And he grabs her and tells her, he says, make the doll talk. Make the doll talk. Child, that girl screams, Megan, help me. That bitch, Megan, activate. And she goes, I think you better run. This hoe gets on all fours and runs like a puppy after the boy. Make it look like she finna snap it. Oh, when I tell you, I was in the house like, no, ma'am. No, sir. And then there's a part where she dancing, the little girl teaching her how to dance. But later on in the movie, I assume, she figures out, I guess she learns how to dance. This girl be winding and shit, cartwheeling. I know they got one of them dance mom girls to do that part, but she was in there tearing shit up. I said, what? They took that part and memed it into a bunch of memes with Beyonce and Rico and them had to put WWE music to it. Child, I've been in the house looking at this shit, cracking up for an hour. I have been dying, laughing at these memes, child. But this hoe right here, she creeped to the creep. Okay, she creeped.
Well, there was one song that popped in my head when she started whining, but we can't see any songs no more because he creep.
Oh, R. Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
What is it, Ignition?
Mm-mm. Would you whine for me?
Ew. I hate that fucking song.
Every time somebody was whining, they'd play that goddamn song.
He said Megan is about to be the next bride of Chucky for the Halloween girlies. Child, did you call her the bride of Chucky because her name is also Tiffany? No, this doll's name is Megan, and he's talking about the doll Megan. He's not talking about me. Not lost and turned out. Jesus. It's about an android named Megan who develops consciousness to protect a little girl. Listen, Cora is giving Boston Market, okay? She is. He said Cora is giving Publix wings. I love party wings. Holy Mother of Liv and Maddie. She does look like Dove Cameron. Woo, child. Oh, this some horror shit. Never mind. Tina said, I'm out. I am out. She said, y'all know I don't fuck with no scary shit. Girl, me neither, but this shit is funny. I'm sorry. This shit is funny. He said, whoa, whoa, whoa. First of all, Don did the editing. You would have done it too. Don't even try it. Why that lady look like Jordan Peele in Fish? That's because you ain't never seen Key and Peele. Key and Peele did a scene in their show where it was about this lady named Megan, and Jordan Peele played Megan. And Megan would always do weirdo shit. Like every time her boyfriend would talk to somebody else, she would get really mad and she would walk away. She's like, no, because you were supposed to be with me first. And he's like, Megan, no, leave alone. And like he was like, fine, I'm leaving. And then her ass would turn around with this evil look. And he would turn back around and look at her and just go, I'm trying to give you your jacket now. And they be running. You have to see it. I can't explain it. But it is from a skit on Key and Peele. That's why he looked like Jordan Peele, because it is Jordan Peele. I gotta stop smoking. My high ass been looking for my sandwich for 10 minutes. You put the sandwich in the bag? Go to hell. Go to hell. Oh, she creeping on the come up creep, child. No, I know that doll is called Megan, but the bride of Chucky's first name is Tiffany, literally. I know that the bride of Chucky's first name is Tiffany. I was around when it came out. He's saying that in reference to how the girls covet Tiffany, they're going to start coveting Megan the same way. You're going to start seeing the girls dress up like Megan for Halloween the same way they do Tiffany for Halloween. Not because my name is Tiffany. Okay. Because it's Jordan Peele, babe. I thought this was an actual poster for Megan. No. Hell no. That makes me feel old. Oh my God, stop talking. Yes. Key and Peele had a TV show on Comedy Central, and it was called Key and Peele, okay? It was very similar to Dave Chappelle's Chappelle Show, but I like both of them for different reasons, and most of the time, Keegan-Michael Key and Jordan Peele were funny. They had a good time. And Chappelle Show's shit went left very, very easy, very, very quickly. But it was still funny, okay? They took it. What happened with Key and Peele was after the third season, it changed. Well, after the second season, it changed. And it got to being like this long, like the drive to them going to literally say bitch about their girlfriend and their wife was the last three seasons. And that was it. And the show, what happened with a lot of the show is that a lot of the skits got really, really dark. And I know that Jordan Peele is very much a horror head. which is why like all of his movies are like that, you know. But I liked it because it was funny. You know, I thought it was funny, and after it started getting really dark with some of the skits, I couldn't watch it no more. And that just wasn't my cup of tea. But yeah. This is completely off topic, but I just saw it on Twitter. Candace Owens leaked an audio of an old voicemail of Kim Kardashian left for Ray J bashing Whitney Houston. Oh, yeah, she did. She did. I don't understand what this vendetta is Candace has after Kim Kardashian. It seems weird and very left field for her to start going after Kim. But Kim said the shit. So, but it's funny to me because I feel like Candace Owens would have said the same thing. I feel like Candace Owens calls Whitney Houston a crackhead behind closed doors, but she don't want nobody to know that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not taking up for Kim at all because she shouldn't have said the shit. But I mean, she was mad and jealous that Ray J was dating Whitney Houston at the time. And I don't understand why Candace is targeting Kim. I'm confused about it, but it just seems like Kanye kind of got in her ear a little bit. And she now all of a sudden is like really close to Kanye. And now she going after his ex-wife. Do you understand the correlation of where I'm going? Like, it just seems very tactical. Like, it's real strategic. Like, this ain't even your field, bitch. Ain't you supposed to be talking about Brexit? Ain't you supposed to be talking about people breaking away, black people specifically breaking away from the Democratic Party and not involving yourself in some business that don't have nothing to do with you? This is how your own shit get fucked up. But you know what? Keep on doing it, because when your wide guppy fish looking ass gets taken out to the night water where you belong, bitch, I don't want to hear nothing about this. I don't want to hear nothing about people coming at my neck, because you and your wide-eyed looking ass be getting on my nerves. You get on my last nerves. And if I could not see you and your bald-headed edges every week in the news, that would suffice me. Telling you. But anyways, let me go back to y'all comments and I'll stop rambling. But yes, she did say it. She did. I'm pretty sure eventually she's gonna issue an apology. The only apology she owes is to Sissy Houston, if Sissy Houston want one. But if we're going to be real, we're gonna be real. Well, I mean, she wasn't a crackhead. She did coke. She did cocaine. She didn't do crack. So calling her a crackhead is a bit left field. You know, that's fucked up. You know how Whitney is. Crack is cheap. Okay, I make too much money to ever smoke crack. Crack is whack. That's what she said. I'm not trying to mimic her or mock her. I'm literally saying what Miss Bam said. Okay. Child, she used to get mad at me for watching How I Met Your Mother reruns. How I Met Your Mother ain't a bad show. I was in middle school and she was like, "You're too young to know what this is." Child, is How I Met Your Mother. What? Like, I understand if you was watching Players Club. Shit. Then I can be like, yeah, she right. Like, but damn. They want you to not be How I Met Your Mother? Is that avant-garde? Is that rogue? What kind of shit is this? To be honest, I was like, what would we do with this info? She want us to do a witch hunt on Kim Kardashian. She already know the world hate the girl. But it just seemed real targety to me. Go after her for something she did that makes sense. This is not for me. This ain't my battle. I don't think she should have been talking reckless about Whitney Houston like that. But she was obviously upset for whatever reason that he was dating the woman. I didn't listen to the audio, so I don't know what she said. But child, it just seemed real fucking left field that she would go and find this information. And I'm just like, bitch, for what? What does it do for you, ho? I'm like, don't you got kids to take care of? Go, you guppy fish looking bitch. Go worry about your children and your husband. They say your husband fucking on your brother and they fucking and having a whole relationship, but that ain't none of my business. You say that was a lie, but girl, the streets been talking about that for a minute. Who gave her access to this? I do not know. How the fuck did Candace even get that? It's random as fuck. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't know what is going on. It just seems weird. Y'all see that clip of Kanye's new school? The shit looks odd. I wouldn't send my child there if you paid me. Wouldn't send him there. Fuck all three of them if you ask me. Kanye, Kim, and Candace. Child, I don't know. Candace gets on my very last nerves. Crack is whack. That's what she said. So is this Megan movie going to be like a Halloween movie? Well, it's a horror film, so I would imagine it would be more along the lines of horror thriller. It doesn't come out until next year, so no, it's not going to be a quote-unquote Halloween movie. Ray J dated Whitney Houston. I did not know that. Yes, he did. Because Ray J would send that shit to anybody who listened. Why the fuck is he... I don't understand, like, what is his issue? Like, what is he gonna do with this information? What does he think this is gonna do? And you gave it to fucking Candace Owens of all people. Like, what? I mean, what are you trying to get from him? I don't understand. Oh my God, kids, stop fucking talking. Damn. Kanye is fucking trash anyway. There's absolutely no justification defending or explaining away his behavior. Fuck him with no grease. I 100% agree with that statement. I just can't do it no more with him. Only thing I say is Kanye's off his meds. I don't want to talk Kanye because it kind of hurts to see because it's getting deeper and deeper. Also, that audio is literally years old. So what the fuck can we do with this information now? They probably gonna hold her feet to the fire and burn her like a Salem witch, like they've been trying to do for years. At this point, I don't care. Like, the only person Kim need to apologize to is her mother, because she's the one who's living and breathing. If it offended her, she need to apologize to her. Other than that, what else can she do? The black community don't own Whitney Houston. So I call Candace Owens bald-headed ass a crackhead too. She looked like one. Bitch. Any of them white folks do not care about Whitney being dragged. I'm sorry, Don, but being off your meds isn't a symptom or side effect of saying racist shit. He's requiring parents to sign NDAs to send their children to that school and having them pledge allegiance to Donda every morning. What? And they're okay with that? This is why I will not have anything to do with that. That seems very cultish to me, and I'm not with it. Exactly. Candace needs to be worried about her husband fucking her brother, allegedly. Everything he said and been saying he believes is disgusting and sad. I agree. Like, do they want us to tell Whitney what she said? Babe, I don't know. So I said this in the group chat. It's not racist intent behind what he's saying. I know it looks that way, but it's not. And I'm not excusing him, though. Me and Don disagree on this because I feel like despite him being off his meds, and I know that his mental is something that is difficult for him when his mom is not here to keep him under wraps, and because he doesn't want to take his medicine and stay on his medication regularly, this can cause him to go into a manic state especially if he's bipolar, and these things alter your behavior. But in my humble opinion, people who want to get help, go get help, and those who don't. You can't keep listening to this over and over and over again, and the man keeps saying some of the most egregious shit he can think of. He keeps doing things that are so disrespectful, and I'm just like, at this point, do what you want, but I don't give a fuck. I'm not dealing with it. I am not dealing with it. I don't like it, and I'm not okay with this. I understand he has a mental condition, but I'm not gonna give him a pass on that. I can't do it anymore. Like, because then some months later, he'll come back and he'll start crying, and he'll be like, I messed up. I said some things I didn't say, just like he did with the slave comment. Then he doubled back down on the shit again shortly after. And it's like, bruh, I can't with you no more. I can't. Whitney wouldn't give a fuck if she was alive. Hold on. Let me send it in the group chat, because that shit was wild. Hold on a second.
Read the captions of the video.
I'm not laughing at that, y'all. I'm laughing at something AJ sent me. Child, listen, that's creepy. I don't care what nobody says. It's creepy to me. That reads very much cultish to me. I don't like it. I don't like it. What he said and has been saying is 100% racial intended, because he believes it. It's not only racist, it's beyond offensive. Don is saying what it is, but I'm not excusing him. He refused his med, and shit is getting wild. I'm not giving him no damn pass. He a grown man. He know what he doing. Like, we can stamp the mental illness label on this to explain a way to justify it. It's wrong, period. It was very offensive and very racist, but he's attacking the wrong shit. He's trying to expose BLM, but he's sitting in BLM, shitting on the BLM movement while doing so. Kim is no better because she was an enabler. I also said that there is a way of doing things, and he's going about it completely wrong, which I agree with. Don is able to see, he sees it differently, and I just don't. And I told him in the group chat when we talked about it, I'm like, I can't justify this, and I won't. I can't. I mean, how many times can you listen to a man say the same shit over and over again? I just can't do it no more. and I refuse. I haven't listened to Kanye's music in a while because of it, which makes me sad because I really liked Kanye's music. But I can't, in good conscience, listen to your music and you're doing this kind of shit. It would be different if you just had a difference of opinion, but you are just going bananas, and it's you're saying things to offend anybody anywhere. You offended the Jewish community, which they go for your head. You feel me? And because Kanye said it, like, they're on TV. So, like I said in the group chat, like, Jamie Lee Curtis has every right to be upset about what he said about her community. It was offensive to her. Like, I was upset with what he said about black people and how he's been going about that White Lives Matter bullshit. And, like, I just don't like it. It just seems like he's just going down the line. I'm pretty sure very soon the Southeast Asian community, and he's gonna offend the Asians very soon. He's gonna offend somebody else. Like, it just seems like he's checking off all the minority boxes. And it's just odd. I don't understand what's going on with him and whether he's on his meds or not. Like, at this point, then that makes it even worse. Like, I can't, in good conscience, respect anything that you're saying or care about what you're saying because you are not mentally well, which means what you're saying is dangerous. You have a platform that you are using, and it is dangerous for you to be doing that when you are not mentally capable of understanding the damages that you are doing. Not only to our community, but just period. Because people look to you as a leader and a role model. Like, there should be I'd be calling he'd be in the fucking he would be in a hospital somewhere, making sure he would be checked out. It would be an involuntary check-in. They would make sure that he is mentally okay. All his shit would go into trust. Somebody else will be running these companies, and that's the way it would be. I'm sorry, that's the only way I could think of to protect him from himself. And I'm like, this school would be shut down because what you're doing is insane. It's nonsense. It's nonsense. There's no other way to explain it. The fuck? What kind of cult of the children of the corn type of shit was that? Girl, that's why I just said it just comes across very cultish to me. And I don't like it. I wouldn't send my kid there. I would not send my kid to that school. It's not that they can't sing a song about his mother. They very well can, but y'all singing one of his songs saying good morning to his mother who has passed away. Nobody finds that to be odd. Y'all sitting there listening to him sing the shit, and nobody finds that to be odd. They all the kids wearing black or gray. You don't find that strange? And it's like coming from a person who has depression and severe anxiety. I can't completely understand what he goes through, but to an extent I do. If he doesn't want help, it's sad. Well, I believe Kanye suffers from bipolar disorder, to which I'm okay with him. If it's this about him and he's doing what he wants to do, he has a right to do what he wants to do for himself. But when it comes to other people's kids, you have a responsibility to them. And the parents is who I blame in this case, because you are intentionally putting your kids in front of this person, and that shit is wrong. Like, I don't care how famous a person is or how much money they make. Like, nigga, go find some decent education for your kids. They have alternative education where it is not weird like this. Like, what? This shit is bonkers. Like, it is bonkers. Are you kidding me? He can better himself, but he's choosing not to. He doesn't like the medication. He doesn't like the way he feels on it. He says it makes him feel, I don't know what the word Don used when he told me about it, but I know that I remember him saying it on an interview that it makes him feel weird. He doesn't like it. Oh, it stifles his creativity, was what he said. Which, okay, I understand that, but You need the medication to level you out, bro. Like, you need it. It also puts his children in danger. Kim allegedly has hired security for his kids to be with them at school because they're so threatened. And the sad part is he don't give a fuck. I don't think he had a capacity to care. He takes it as that's her trying to keep the kids from him. This is a touchy subject. But I know I don't like the way things are going. I don't like how he's operating. I don't like what he's saying. I don't like it. Two things can be right at the same time. He is wrong in what he is saying and how he is moving. And he also is wrong for not taking his medicine. And he's still mentally ill. So two things can be right. Shout out to Nicole. Two things can be right at the same time. He is mentally ill and he is very much wrong for the things that he has said. And he has to be held accountable, whether he's mentally ill or not. Accountability is in order. The way I see it is, if you enable the behavior, he will continue the behavior. If you continue, because from my firsthand knowledge of it, it seems like Kanye keeps ramping up his antics every time he finds a new way to do something even more controversial, if that makes sense. So he started out with the whole MAGA hat thing, taking pictures with Trump. Then it was, Black people chose to be slaves. Then it was, I'm running for president. Now it's the White Lives Matter t-shirt and sitting down with fucking Tucker Carlson and his goddamn rag mop toupee on his head, acting like he really concerned about what Kanye got to say. He didn't give a shit what he said. He wanted to exploit him. He don't understand the very people that he talking to are the ones who are exploiting him. The very ones. I don't know if he ain't got no family that he'll listen to or none of that, but he needs some help. He really do. And until then, I have no love lost for it. I can't. It's tough love time. So he got to do something. He got to go. I can't deal with it. I won't. I wash my hands of it. He said it stops him creatively. Okay. Because he leaked the school they go to on social media. Oh, I get it, but if that's the case, we don't need no more music from you. I mean, I 100% agree. I don't want your music if you're going to be doing this just to be able to make music. I don't like that. Them speeches he gave during his campaign were super upsetting to see. So Don said, let me say this. I do not excuse him because this shit is fucked up. I do not laugh being from the same place is sad. This was a hero of mine, and I'm saying I simply understand. I don't have an issue with you understanding. I don't. I am telling you, and I know you're talking to everybody, including Tirza and me. I'm saying I've tried to understand and I can't. And now I'm not going to, because there's just no way that he is going to get better as long as everybody keeps enabling his behavior. And I'm not talking about you, Don, specifically. I'm talking about those who are around him and close to him who keep allowing this fuck ass shit to happen. Like, y'all are not understanding that his empire is going to crumble because of this. So all y'all that's eating right now are not going to be eating in a couple years because you keep letting him do the shit. You feel me? Like, put it to you this way.
Stop.
Exactly. Like, if you're saying something out of the way, it's egregious. It offends a whole section of people. You know people gonna come after you. A lot of times in the Black community, it's very divisive, depending on who's saying what's being said. That don't happen in the Jewish community. You say something out the way in the Jewish community, your whole career is over. It is over. Look what happened with what is her name? The girl that's dating Machine Gun Kelly. What is her name? Megan Fox. Megan Fox equated the on set with Transformers to being in one of them concentration camps or in the Holocaust or something like that. Motherfucking who was what?
Bay was the director.
Not him. It was the man who produced it. What is his name? It's Jerry. Oh fuck. Let me think of. Let me find his name. Yes, it was Spielberg. Yeah, Steven Spielberg produced the Transformers films, the first set, and he said, as soon as she said that shit, he was like, she is no longer allowed to be a part of this film. Mm-hmm. And it didn't matter how many times she apologized, he didn't care. He kicked her out. That's why we had the replacement in the third one, and that's why the third one sucked. But she ain't been able to work as much as she should have since then. Yeah. And that's because Jerry Bruckheimer went on a damn tear to he was like, no, she's not working. I'll make it so not Jerry Bruckheimer, but Steven Spielberg. I know he did it. I know he did it because there ain't no way. There just ain't no way. I think it was Steven Spielberg who she called Hitler. I don't want to understand anyone who doesn't give a shit about my life and the lives of people who look like me. Mel Gibson is another one, but he's been able to slowly recover from his shit. It's just like you gotta have consequences, and he gotta have some consequences. And if his people don't rally around him and get him together, it's gonna be a mess. Well, at the time, Shia LaBeouf wasn't disgraced either, but now he is. He's being labeled as an abuser because he did choke his girlfriend out. He did try to choke her. That's why he wasn't in that movie Don't Worry, Darling with Florence Pugh. She didn't want to work with him because of that, which he understood, you know. And then Olivia Wilde made it seem like he backed out of the film on his own, but that's not what happened. I understand that either. But anyways, got off topic, way off topic. I want to make it clear, I'm not shitting on Don. I'm okay with him being understanding of the situation. Because I remember back last year when we did the story about when Dark Side of the Ring came out. The phone is ringing.
Sorry.
I remember when Dark Side of the Ring came out and we had Tears on the podcast, and I
heard was a great blanket. You was breaking up. Okay.
And we were talking about the whole situation with Nancy and her son being brutally murdered. And I was trying to, I was trying to say at the time that I completely understand the ramifications of the murder. I understood that, you know, Benoit committed the murder, but he wasn't in his right mind either. And Tirza was not having it, which I understood that as well. I didn't dispute anything she said because she was right. He was like, I don't care. Like, he killed his family. He's disgraced. There's no other way to look at it. And I'm like, the CTE played a major part in why he behaved the way that he did and why he went to the radical shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's when Tirza was just we were on the same side, but we had two different viewpoints of the situation. And I respected what she said because what she said was right. And I still I'm still respecting what Don said because I can't understand the mental aspect, but there's just something that's not right here and nobody's trying to help fix it. Everybody's just standing there. It's like everybody's standing around with their hands around. Or they just waiting for him to implode and do something weird so they can keep capitalizing off of it. And nobody's trying to protect them. Everybody's just letting him fall flat on his face every day. And that's just weird behavior to me. I don't get it. And at this point, I just can't invest in him no more. I can't do it. Like it's always something. And he's constantly ramping shit up and I just can't do it no more. Trisha says she also said some sideways shit about Marilyn Monroe. Also, she had a tattoo of her face on her forearm, and years later, she claimed that she heard that Marilyn had bipolar disorder, and said some sideways shit about mental illness, and she got the tattoo removed. You talking about who you talking about, Kim? Or are you talking about Megan Fox? Who are we talking about? Megan? Oh, he's talking about Megan. Okay. Child, boom. All right, we got sideways. I got sidetracked, so I apologize for that. But let me get back into the show. So, like I said, Mandy was gone. She's been gone for a while. But JC and Alba had a match, and Alba beat JC. But that's when Glitterbrow showed up and attacked her when she was, getting love from the fans or whatever. And they beat her up, and then they made the announcement backstage that she was gonna call out Alba tomorrow next week, and she's not gonna make it to. She was in a crowd dressed like this. Talk about she not gonna make it to Halloween Havoc. Now, in the match with Brian Breaker and Javi, Brian Breaker beat Javi easy, but Brian Breaker ended up getting attacked. Well, it was JD who came in there first because he was down there ringside. He came out in support of Javi. And of course, Ilya Dragunov ended up coming down there after the match was over to kind of, make sure the shine was evenly split amongst the three. Now, this led to a whole beatdown because JD used that massive ass noggin of his and hit Ilya in the head with it. JD and Brian started fighting, and Ilya came in with this torpedo move that he did, and JD moved out the way just in time, and this ended up attacking Brian Breaker, to which Ilya just chalked that shit up to like, oh well, picked up his belt and held it in the air. Now later on in the night, Grayson Waller got a match with Ilya, to which Ilya Dragunov won that match. Did he win?
Yeah, he did.
Okay, because I didn't get to see the end. I went to the bathroom when he came out there. Did Apollo torment him again?
I don't think so.
Okay. So I need another shirt, by the way. So Waller ended up losing to Ilya. And Brian Breaker came out there and basically speared him, I think, to the ground. And that led to Brian Breaker kind of cussing out Ilya and basically telling him, look, the NXT is my house. You coming into my house, and you better be ready for Halloween Havoc because I'm going to take you out. And all you could see on the outside looking in is JD McDonough in the crowd clapping it up like, yeah, take him out, Brian. Go ahead and get him. And I'm just like, bro. Now they doing a lot of crossover stuff with NXT and SmackDown. It's a lot. Okay, so Cora Jade and Roxanne's match have a crossover. Sonya's down in there. Okay, so it's a lot going on. Next week is gonna be an interesting week. Saturday is when Halloween Havoc actually comes on. It's gonna be on the Peacock Network exclusively. We did see this little clip, this little ambulance hospital situation with Roderick Strong and his horrible acting, and Julius and Ivy and Brutus. And they all had a little come to Jesus moment. And basically, Roderick was like, I just want you to do one thing, and that's win. Beat Damon and get Diamond Mine back together. I almost let Diamond Mine get torn apart. This is my fault. And Julius was like, no. He was like, don't worry about it. I'm going to take care of it.
Some goddamn after school special shit.
Right.
No.
So next week on Saturday, we're going to have Julius Creed versus Damon Kim. Oh, man, Damon is going to be in an ambulance match. Him and his tiny boss is going to be wrestling on Saturday, but he's going up against the big bro, Julius Creed. And one can only hope that Julius Creed put his ass out of his own misery, because at this point, Damon Kemp is about as interested as paint drying.
Actually, rather watch paint dry.
Exactly. So we're not here for it. We're just not. Now, Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez also have a feud that they keep trying to make into a big to-do, but it really ain't. It has fizzled, and it's their fault why it fizzled. They didn't capitalize on it when they very well could have, and this feud is just not worth the time or the effort that it takes to watch it. So I'm hoping Roxanne beats Cora Jade and they move forward from there. Yeah, because Golden Brown Cora is not my cup of tea. And Roxanne is growing on me. I like Roxanne. Even if Cora was a face, I wasn't really too invested in Cora, but it is what it is. So I guess we'll see. Their match was a spin the wheel, make a deal match. And because they already spun the wheel for this match is a Weapons Wild match. So we'll just have to wait and see how that plays out. But I'm rooting for Roxanne on this one. And like I said prior to that, for those of you coming in a little late, I'm rooting for Julius Creed in this match against Damon Kemp. All right. Now, this is a big match, okay? I don't care who wins, but fuck-ass Wagner cannot win. I do not care as long as fucking Von Wagner does not win this championship. Any one of these fools can win. I don't care if Carmelo get the title back. Just don't give it to Wagner. You hear me? Because if you do, I quit. Not watching it. Not fucking doing it. I'm not doing it. You hear me? I'm not fucking doing it. Oh, you're good. Oh, that's a beat up worth seeing. Waller getting beat up is just great. It is. Grayson Waller got distracted by the wheel spinning supposedly by itself. Okay. They're supposed to have something at Halloween Havoc too, but I guess it'll be announced when it's announced. So Veer is back at NXT also. Yes. Valentina Feroz had a match against Indy. I guess they decided to bring Indy back for a little while. I'm not sure. They had a match against Indy, and she ended up losing the match. But Sanga was out there, and Veer came out there to talk to Sanga, and he just immediately left. He didn't stay. He didn't say why he was leaving. Veer just pulled him into the back, and they were gone. So Veer's been popping up for a couple of weeks. He was pulled from Raw for a while now and was on Main Event for a couple of times, I heard. And then after that, when the regime changed to Trips, Triple H sent him back to NXT, and he popped up on NXT's when they went on the road. And him and Sanga were teaming then, but on television they hadn't incorporated them into a team again yet. So they seem to be working that into a story for NXT. I wasn't too invested in Cora either. I mean, she was the sole survivor in the War Games match. I'll give her that. Yeah, I just didn't. She just wasn't. I just wasn't invested in her. Doesn't mean she's bad or anything. She's not a bad wrestler. It's just she's not something that she's not my kind of wrestler, if that makes sense. But she's not bad. She's not terrible. I just wasn't invested in her. No shade to her. No, like on some real talk shit. No shade to her. Because I know I'd be going at her neck, honey. But on some real shit, like I just genuinely could care less. She was going after Mandy. I just wanted Mandy to drop the fucking title. So I didn't care who got it at that point. And the final match that is set and announced is the triple threat match between Ilya, Braun, and JD. Now, you know JD is going to be lurking in the shadows, trying to get these two to battle it out, tire themselves out enough so that they can pretty much he can come in and just take the title and go about his business. But I think it's going to be a lot harder for JD to do that because whether Ilya and Braun Breaker have bad blood or not, they know that he's there and they know that he's lurking in the shadows. They're well aware of what he's capable of and what he can do. Both men have wrestled him, but neither of them have wrestled each other. So that's where the difference comes in. So now we have a situation, okay? Because the question is, who do you think is going to win? Now, I said it very early on that I think JD McDonough is probably going to get that title on next Saturday. And I hate to say it, but I genuinely believe that because JD is just, he's a crafty little bastard. And it just seems like that's something that they're going to do. And I just don't see why, they wouldn't, other than like Braun Breaker hasn't been moved up to the main roster yet. And Ilya just got into NXT. I would let him stay unless he plans on going to NXT Europe, So I don't know. It's an interesting thing. It's an interesting day. But I hate to say it, but I think MODOK is going to get this fucking belt. Oh, shade to her from me. Oh, child. Cora is decent, but you know why she's my enemy right now? Not serious. Well, yeah, but how come you're mad at Cora and not mad at Braun? He's the one who asked her out, from what I heard. Yeah. He was interested in Miss Pasty. Okay. Can't be mad at the player. You got to be mad at the game, baby. Anyway, so that is Halloween Havoc. I'm sure there's some little surprises and tidbits they're going to throw in there. Next week is their go home show. So I guess we'll figure out what's going to happen on the go home show next week. But we did get to see Malik and Idris qualify to become the number one contenders for the NXT Tag Team Champions, and hopefully it will be Pretty Deadly versus Idris and Malik at Halloween Havoc. If it is, they haven't made an info card for it yet, so that's why it's not up. But I cannot wait because I was so happy that Cameron cost Schism their opportunity at those titles. I was so happy about that because Idris and Malik had been putting people over for months, okay? Months. They've been putting tag teams over. Briggs and Jensen did not fucking need it. They just came off of a title reign. They could have kept their asses out of the match, quite frankly. All right. And then I understand that GYV never captured the NXT Tag Team Championships, but they have been champions over in the UK. So as far as I'm concerned, the only odd man out in this squad was Malik and Idris, and I felt like they've been there long enough, have put in enough time and effort to at least earn an opportunity against Pretty Deadly. Now, if they'll win, it's totally up to them, but I genuinely believe that they have a fighting chance, and I would give the titles to them. Let them be a transitional champion for a little while, and then you can drop it to somebody else, but give them the opportunity, right? At least that's just how I feel about it. Y'all tell me what y'all feel. Give it to Dragunov, man. I'm mad at him too. Nah, because that bitch, ain't start actually wrestling until Stand and Deliver. I can't. But my man looked good during his match and at the end of the show. I feel you, Kayla, because if I ever see Galena, it's on site. She started pulling out moves in that match, and I said, where the fuck has this been? I can't with y'all. You two are out of your minds. Thanks, Tirza. Finally, someone who understands me. Girl, bye. I understand both of y'all. Y'all both crazy. Both crazy. I don't know why. She said, damn, why do black folks got to be transitional champs? It's not that they have to be, but I'm looking at the long-term picture of Malik and Idris. And while, yes, they are both great wrestlers, together they wrestle beautifully. Here's the thing. When you're talking about booking storylines that actually make sense between the two of them with the other tag teams, Idris and Malik are not going to hold your attention that long. And that's just true tea. And it ain't got nothing to do with them being black or white. It is the quality of the characters they have curated that makes them worthy of holding those titles for a long period of time. Whether you like it or not, Mandy has been able to garner your attention. Whether it's in a good way or a bad way is totally up to you. You define it however you define it. But outside of kayfabe, just looking at it for what it is, she has been able to do that. So you've been wishing for her to drop the title because you can't stand the woman. That's a way for her to corral your attention, whether you like it or not. She has done that. That is very, 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 very real and very true. When it comes to Malik and Idris, they don't have that power yet. They haven't developed the star quality. Now, is it possible that they can do that after they acquire the titles? Sure, but that very same thing could have happened with the two dancing disco bitches that are champion for the women's division right now, and they haven't been able to do it. They both are boring. They both are. It's not fun to watch them wrestle, and they've been the longest tag team in the division that I know of. They've been together the longest as a tag team, and they're not fun to watch. They're boring. Okay. And I'm not saying that Malik and Idris are boring. I'm saying if they don't create characters so that it's fun to watch them, there's no need to keep the titles on them for a long period of time. That's why I suggest that they could be transitional champions, because it could work out for them in their favor if they utilize the time well and create characters that we're all invested in, be it good or bad. Then I can understand them keeping the titles for a long time. Case in point, Pretty Deadly. Pretty Deadly gets on my nerves, but they funny. Okay? Pretty Deadly is funny. Pretty Deadly gives you comedy. They give you fun. And in the ring, they are what they say they are. They are deadly. Okay, so they are high-key entertaining, which is why it makes sense that they would get the titles, because they're going to provide you with something outside of just them being good wrestlers. They have great personalities. They know how to get over with the crowd, whether it be get the reaction of being a heel or actually being a face. If we ever see a Pretty Deadly face, they can do that. They remind me a lot of what Edge and Christian were like when they were in the WWE. Very much like them. But I hope I explained it so y'all understand, because sometimes I talk in circles. And I apologize for that. I'm always rooting for everybody black, so yeah. Agreed. But I always have a stipulation. I want you to be black, but I want you to be good too. I'm not just going to root for you just because you're black. I don't care about none of that. You could be purple and be an amazing wrestler, and I root for that. Side note, oh, by the way, I had so much fun at Raw last night. I forgot you went to Raw, Kayla. I'm glad you had a good time. I just didn't stay on live long enough yesterday. I just couldn't, because it was just too much for me. I was tired yesterday. I don't know what was wrong with me, but I was tired yesterday. And I watched Raw, and some of the parts stuck out to me, but everything else, it just was So it was a good show. It was a very good show. I wasn't as invested in it as I usually am. I got beef with Indy right now. Why? She had a good match with Valentina, it seemed like. Is the milk thaw out?
Yeah.
Can I please have a bowl of Cocoa Puffs?
Mm-hmm.
Whew. All right. Yeah, because you had me going in circles, sis. Huh? Hey. Oh, round and round I go. Say, oh, I never learned. Right now I need something else. Well, just like Boy Blue. I blow my horn here for you. But then she's gone. And baby, I should have known. It takes a fool to learn that love don't love nobody. I thought of that song. Tears just gave me that song, and I was like, "Oh, that reminds me of this song." And I just started singing it. Yep, need to go to bed. Correlation. You've had beef with Indy since they got married. It's implied at this point. Yeah, when you were live, I was on the train and in an Uber going home. Because she finished the match with a suplex. So what? Why are you singing while I'm on live?
Oh, I know he's on live. I'm sorry. Hey, live. Hey. And stuff.
Wow. What difference do it make that she finished it with a suplex, Rico? You always nitpicking. I was so sick. I wasn't there, man. Yeah, Roman was there acting like Nino Brown about to chew out Jey Uso and shit. And then they had a whole conversation about yeet. We can say that word. You can't say that word. I was like, no.
That's all we gonna do, see?
I can say that word. That's not a finish. That's not a finisher. I finished things with a suplex many times on 2K. I beg to differ. Aaliyah said, "Hi, Chris. Is that your brother?" Yes.
Hi, Aaliyah.
It's always my brother.
How you doing, Aaliyah?
Two men three that live here. One of them old and be yelling at me all the time. That's my dad.
Just trying not to rock the boat. You know what I'm saying? Sean says like the 4-page letter.
Man, go to hell.
Here.
Go to hell, Christopher. Won't want to hear it.
Let me just follow these gummy birds.
No. What is wrong with y'all?
Please.
No, I just got them. No.
Please.
No, go somewhere. Dry ate all of my first bag. Killed it.
Please.
No. I spent $12 on them damn gummies.
I just want 2 of them.
You a lying the hole.
2 of them.
I don't know what they look like.
They clear.
No, they're not.
I'm like lemonade.
I'm not giving you that. Okay. Well, I'm finna go to bed. I have to get up at 6 in the morning for work.
Happy trails.
Okay, bye. Suplex is a big move. It should be able to take someone out. I 100% agree. I feel bad for Jay despite him being a hothead. Yeet is so 2015. Oh my god.
You're so mean.
My anniversary is in 6 minutes. Well, happy anniversary to you, Tirza. Yeah. Yep. She got that spine buster she been using. So what? You can use a suplex to finish a move, to finish a match. It do not have to be your way, Rico. Damn. I have a PSAT tomorrow. Good night, everyone. Good night. Or that elbow drop she had. Why can't she use the suplex to end the match? Why does it have to be one of those specific moves? My good sir. My old ass ain't know what yeet meant. Girl, I had to go on Urban Dictionary the other day. I was like, Jesus. I said, Lord have mercy. Call me crazy, but every match ain't got to end in a finisher. I 100% agree. I mean, I'm all right. I was just making sure I had the right brother. You had the right brother. You did. Girly means psych. Basically, nothing special. They're simple, but for a woman her size, they're impressive. I don't see anything wrong with her using the suplex. I thought it was fine. Yeah. Your brother name is Chris? I didn't know that. Yes, my older brother's name is Chris, and I have a younger brother named Kevin. I have an older sister named Christina, and I have a younger sister named Crystal. I am the middle child. And the odd man out. Everybody's name starts T or some type of K, and I'm Tiffany. I most definitely am the odd man out. My dad named me. I got my dad's name. My dad named me. My grandmother gave me my middle name, if I recall. So yeah. My older sister's name is Christina. My younger sister's name is Crystal. My older brother's name is Christopher. And my younger brother's name is Kevin. And they want to start a podcast. So now I have to work twice as hard with no pay. Ain't that nice? Ain't that nice? This is so amazing. I just want to go somewhere and cry. Everybody buying microphones and downloading programs to the computer. I said, what I'm gonna do?
So you're not here?
What is I'm gonna do? I wish I was getting paid for my page, but you know what? There's a website called Blue Check. That's a legitimate place. That's not like buying bots or anything. They work on your Instagram or YouTube or whatever to help you gain followers and monetize and get your content in front of people who actually want to see it. Because there was a reason why my content on YouTube on Instagram was being stifled. And that was because after I got that intellectual property strike from Instagram, they pretty much just stopped pushing my content altogether. So the only people that would see anything that I would post would be people who already follow my page or people who would share it. You feel me? So the sharing would get a lot of eyes on my page. And then there'd be certain posts that I would have like 3,000 views on or like 5,000 views on. You know what I'm saying? And the reason that was because a lot of people would share it or repost it. And then I would end up getting the traffic from there to come to my page. And that's the only time I would get heavy traffic flow. Like on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays, that's the heaviest traffic flow on my Instagram. And it's mainly from all of the followers that I already have and from people who regularly comment, which I appreciate every single one of y'all. I really, really do. but it stifled my page when they blocked me from having any growth. That's why I'm still stuck at like 4,700. I think it's either 46 or 4,700. That's why I'm still stuck there, because the goddamn thing it won't push my stuff into the algorithm. It just won't. And because my comments have been flagged so many times, they just stop pushing it all together. And it just makes me really sad, because I work hard every Monday, every Tuesday, every Friday. I'm on live doing this, or I'm doing commentary every week. I edit my stuff every week. I post it every single week. Like, this is a job almost. I still have to pay for that StreamYard. The StreamYard costs me $25 a month. I have to pay for that. If I stream this to Instagram, that's another $15 a month that I have to pay for that. Like, it's not cheap. You feel me? Like, it's not cheap at all. And I do this at leisure. So if I could like create merch and start selling merch, like, that would be the greatest thing I could do to like support the habit. You know what I'm saying? Support the hobby. But like, it's a doozy. It's the best way to explain it. Bob Orton did it. Now he's in the Hall of Fame. Use what works. Yeah, especially coming off the top rope, the impact is crazy. Let me suplex you off the top rope, Rico. I promise you, it'll take you a minute to get up. Christina. Oh, no, you didn't. So they just left you out on the cut train? That's terrible. And she took all your money. And I will say, go ahead, Tirza, because I'm trying to start wrestling training. I'm the middle child. Donna's the first. He's the oldest. I'm the middle child too. No wonder we get along. True. And the first boy. And we add a power bomb onto a table for kicks. What is wrong? Pain kink. I've been saying it. That motherfucker got a pain kink. I'm telling you, Jared. I gotta do my nails this week. I want to put stones on this week. Am I allowed to wear my stones this week? Because you didn't want to let me put my stones on last time. Because you said it was going to get stones in the cake. And I said I could wear gloves. But you said no, because once you get a hole in the glove, a stone could fall into the cake batter. So I had to walk around here with my hands naked because you.
What happened last time? You was mad as hell, had to throw a whole damn thing of batter away because you couldn't find the stone.
And guess what? It didn't even go in the cake. It was on the floor.
That's why you make a cake, you're not wearing no goddamn stone.
I was the youngest until I became the middle child with my step siblings. You keep looping in them step kids. Don't say that. Well, y'all got my merch idea with the comic panels. That's for down for the count. I'm talking about for me personally, my own merchandise. I won't take that because that's actually a very good idea for the podcast. I just need an artist to be able to execute it, and I think I might have one, but I have to contact him. It's gonna cost us $80 to get that logo, to get that idea made. I'm the youngest of two. I do not enjoy being in pain. Well, that's what you're gonna be in, honey. I got a fuck ass canker sore, and I'm literally so inconvenienced right now. I wish I was younger. Child, boom. I wish I was a baller. I wish I was a little bit taller. Okay. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Suplexes are scary. It's a lot of weight over your head, and you have to think about so many things at one time. I have nothing but respect for everybody who has done it, including Tirza, but it will not be me. You ain't finna suplex me. I will beat your ass first. You feel me? I'm talking about whip your ass before I let you suplex me or anything of the sort. Okay? Okay. That depends on what you're using for sticking on your stones. What are you using to? I have 5 different products that I use for my stones. When I was first doing it, I was using nail glue because I didn't have it and any other stuff. Then I started using Nail Couture's gummy jelly, which that works pretty well. I also use Poochie's Nails Bling It gel. I use McCart's bling gel, which I just bought that. And the gummy jelly, you have to sandwich it with the top coat, so that keeps it on there. The set that he's talking about, I had nothing but stones on my hands, and I had them on for almost a month and a half. I hadn't lost a stone, but I hit my hand, and that made the stone shake loose and come off. So it wasn't like I was just cooking and it fell in the cake batter. No, I hit my hand pretty hard, and like it made the stone pop off. So I mean, I had been washing dishes with no gloves. I had been doing a lot of shit. He had been warning me the whole time I had my nails on, like, Tiffany, you need to put gloves on because you're cooking, and if you hit your nail hard enough, it's gonna come off. And I'm like, it's not gonna come off, I'm fine. And it came off. It popped off, and like I said, I had them on for like a month and a half. Like I was going strong, and I busted my hand on, I think it was on the counter. Was it on the counter, babe?
I can't remember.
I hit my hand really, really hard, and my nail was sore. Like I hit it so hard, my finger was sore, and I was looking down, and my stone was off. But by then, I had been stirring the cake batter, and Gerard was like, "Well, we don't know if the stone is in there, and we can't, put the cake batter in another bowl or nothing to see, so it's not gonna like sink." So he was like, "We gotta toss this out and make new cake batter." And I was so mad because it was a good strawberry pound cake batter, and it was so good. I had Jared taste it. He was like, "Oh my god!" Which I gotta start getting my ideas for my cake down. Oh, you wish you were a younger sibling. Okay, gotcha. Dying, you're younger than me.
It's overrated.
It is. Gerard said it's overrated. Gerard's the youngest in his family. I'm a middle child in my family. He's the youngest in his family. Now listen, I was in a group chat with these goons the other day, right? And I was talking to Jared. And y'all gotta tell me because I need more confirmation. So I was talking to Jared, and I was talking to these two. I was talking to Don and Rico, and they was talking, and Nicole was in there, so shout out to her. But they was talking about Sagittarius and how they got a hair trigger. Rico says it as I'm a cutthroat ass bitch, and I was just like, "Excuse me, I am not. Thank you very much. I am nice, right?" And they was like, "Tiffany." You go off, honey. And I was like, I do not do that. That's not true. So I waited a couple days, and I said, Jared, now I want you to be honest. Just tell me the truth because I need to understand. I'm like, do I have like a hair trigger personality? He said, sometimes you. Yeah. I'm like, I don't though. He was like, babe, you do. You do. He said, now, granted, a lot of people that get it, it's older receipt. But he said, when you go off, you go off. It do not take much. I'm like, really? I was very surprised from that. And you know what baby asked, or what kind of made me go like, why do people keep saying this? Is because Trey D over at We Love Wrestling says that. And I'm just like, that is not true. Like, I'm like, that is not true. It is not true. I'm like, I'm nice though. I'm a really nice person. I never thought, I was like, am I really like that? And then like, if I talk to my dad or my siblings, my grandmother told me that the other day, and that took me out. She was like, baby, you go off. You can go off, baby. I was like, no. I was like, no, grandma, no. She said, that's why we have to tell you, Tiffany, you have to stay calm down. Because you get mad at an instant. It do not take much to make you mad. And I said, I never thought it was that bad. Baby, is it that bad?
can be.
It can be.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I need to reel it in a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a tad.
Damn.
Not much, because you wouldn't be used. You brought it all the way down.
You shut up, Mom. If I ask my daddy, he gonna tell me straight up. I'm gonna ask him tomorrow when he ain't hurting. His arm is hurting today, but I'm gonna ask him. I'm like, Daddy, I got an attitude. Like when I talk to people, you think I'm gonna go off all the time? He gonna tell me straight up. You know you got an attitude. You know your ass be going off. He gonna be just like that. I'm like, Brown, really? Is it that bad? Because if it is, I get it from you. I blame my daddy. I blame him. He gave it to me. It's a curse. Tears said, "Oh, Rico said I'll make y'all logos for free. I just got to figure out how I'm gonna style Nicole and Janae's. You will not do anything for free. We have talked about this. We have talked. Free labor is dead. We are not doing that in 2022. That is not how we gonna do." No, Tisha said, "Put some iodized salt on the canker sore. It'll burn like hell, but it'll kill it." Well, got an old school remedy right there. Don said, "I'm younger than most. Like, I'm on the younger end of my cousins. For Don to be so young, he's quite mature. He has pretty good foresight. I will say that. My nail appointment is on Friday, and I was thinking about getting crystals on my ring fingers. I'm putting some crystals on my hands, and Jared is not going to yell at me about putting them damn crystals on. I want them damn stones. I haven't had stones on my hands in months, and I feel naked every time I do my nails, and I can't have no stones. It makes me upset, honey. I get upset. Every time I gotta restock the cake batter flavor at work, I sing cake batter, swing for no reason. That's so stupid. Teresa said, "Let me drop the hint a little harder." Right? I'm in the middle when it comes to my cousins, and I have a lot of them. Child, me too. On mama's side of the family, have a lot of cousins. I have a lot of cousins on her side. Tears, I always wanted to get my nails done. Why don't you, Brandon? You work. You can go to the nail shop and get your nails done. You can go to a black nail shop, or you can go to an Asian nail shop. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not trying to be mean or being disrespectful, but if you go into a predominantly white nail shop, you might have difficulty getting some of those designs that you like. They do them. Like, there are a lot of really, really good white nail techs, but like, if you want the hood girl nail designs, you're gonna have to go to the hood nail shop. You know, the kind that still use the Conair foot tub for your feet. They ain't got no they ain't got no pedicure station. They got a Conair foot tub. It's the truth, Mom. It ain't wrong. It's the truth. People always assume I'm older than my brother. Like, I don't dance from High School Musical too, Rico. What y'all talking about, Donna Delia? Being a younger sibling has its ups and downs. Malcolm is an only child. Huh. That's interesting. What about me? You are hot-headed and cutthroat, but you are also nice. I was not accepting the fact that I was a hothead. I just wasn't. And I still won't, but I know if my daddy tell me, that's probably gonna make me think twice. But my grandma done said it multiple times. And I was like, child, maybe. But I didn't want to hear that. I did not want to hear that. I was like, that is not true. I am not. Like I had said, you can be both. He said, this girl will not acknowledge that she be going to hell. I do not. My best friend is a Sag too, and she does the exact same thing. Aaliyah said, Tiff, you went off on a whole rant for in half of an hour, and we couldn't get you off of the topic, even when we tried our hardest.
Yeah. You literally was supposed to end the live. The live with another hour and a half because you went off on Dominic calling his daddy a pussy on live TV. And there was nothing I could do to get you to change the topic. Because when I looked at you, and you can see my face, you looked at me like you better not say shit. I tried to turn back over here. And I went back to playing my game.
Aaliyah did not have to call me out like that. You did not have to do that. Y'all supposed to be my people. And why you shut up?
You had some shit on your chest that you needed to get off.
That made me mad. So sad. I don't like that. I don't like it. I'm gonna cut that part out of the live. Cause it's literally 30 minutes of me yelling.
Damn.
Aaliyah, hey, better. It's not just from High School Musical. My brother is a Sag, super chill, but y'all not with the bullshit. Oh my God. Girl, that's impossible to live in your truth. I know that, but I am also an only child. I've been through enough shit, so yeah. Yes, High School Musical. I can't stand High School Musical. I hate it so much. I'm about to start getting my nails done by the beautician who gave me her info. Same on having a lot of cousins on my mom's side. Even I do have cousins on my dad's side. Even though I do have cousins on my dad's side, it's just I interact with my mom's side more. I love High School Musical. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. What? She was old. Pedicure stations are expensive and you got to cover the cost of extra plumbing. That's too much. I know, but I'm just saying, like, Brandy live here in Cleveland. Okay, I've been to a couple hood salons. I've been to a couple of the Asian salons, and I've been to a salon that's owned by a white owner. I've been to all of them. It really depends on what you like. You pick your preference. If you want to be in a more comfortable environment and you're more comfortable around the community, you need to go to a black salon. If you are comfortable in an Asian salon, I say go to the Asian salon. Just make sure that they speak English, because sometimes some of them don't, and they're just going to do whatever they know how to do. Then they'll ask you what type of polish you want, pick your polish. They'll polish you up and get you out of there. And you need to be careful, because a lot of Asian salons, and this is no shade to anybody, I'm just telling you, they use MMA products. That's illegal. You shouldn't be using, I think it's MMA. Is it EMA or MMA, Aaliyah? I don't know. Yeah, EMA nail monomer is the legal kind. MMA is the one that isn't right. This is illegal. It can't be used on nails. It can cause permanent loss and damage of the natural nail, as well as numbness to the fingers. So you have to be careful of those things. That's why I say if you want to go to a black nail salon, you can. A lot of them, I've seen a lot of black nail salons mostly use name brand products. I would say stick with places that you see and you can see the product names there, like Kara Sky, Mia Secret is one. Ugly Duckling, like those places sell products that are legal, honestly. And you can actually go and get that stuff yourself if you want to do your own nails. But you can find a nail tech who does really good nails. Usually, throw a rock, you can find a good nail tech. But as long as they are worried about the health of your nails and do your nails properly, you'll be okay. You just have to hunt and find it. It's kind of like finding a hairstylist, right? Like you have to find her or him, because I know some bomb ass nail techs that tear some shit up. Right. Right. And the way the way that you read one of your aunties. I listen.
I forgot about that.
No, shut up. All I asked was how old she was gonna get. That's all I asked.
Well,
she asked me how fat I was gonna get. All I asked her was how old she was gonna get. That's not a read. That's fair. I think that was fair. The high school musical movies were my childhood. They were not mine. I was in high school when High School Musical came out. On the tail end of high school, actually. I think it came out in 05 or 07. I was either out of high school for a minute or I had just got out of high school. So I didn't give a shit about High School Musical, baby. Like, Tiffany, please. I am not that bad. We were literally in the comments trying to change the subject, and she wasn't even looking at us. I was not. The comment part was off. I'm going to show y'all how it was. I was not looking at the comments. I'm going to show y'all exactly what it looked like. Okay. So y'all can see my screen is infinite screens now. But like when you are looking at it, all you can see is just the screen itself. That's all I can see. Let me see if I can make it a little bit easier for you to see. Okay, so like without this doing this infinite screen shit, this is how I was talking. I was not looking at nobody's comments. So even if I was like paying attention, I would have been able to stop the conversation or stop my rant more specifically if I had known that y'all were in the comments changing the subject. I didn't see any of that. I didn't see any of it because I was just sitting here talking to the screen. So that wasn't done intentionally, because when you get the comment section, it comes up like this on the side. So I had it off. And I just started talking. Mom! I just want to make sure it was clear that everybody could see what I was doing. I wasn't intentionally ignoring everybody. I literally didn't see any of it. I swear to God, if she doesn't go to bed, don't you got to go to work in 7 hours? Yeah, you do. Go to bed. I told y'all I met Corbin, right? He is my favorite. I remember you telling us that. My little sister was in love with him, and I took her to go meet him. For real, I would have freaking died. She meets fucking everybody. Yes, she does. She does. She's the luckiest woman on the planet, but I do remember her telling that story. We're all in this together. Once we know that we're all stars and we see that, I'm singing. No. MMA is the acrylic used for dentistry. If it's gummy when they take it off, report that salon. Okay. Definitely something you need to know. They're not supposed to use MMA. Although that's how they started the nail industry in the first place, was from dentistry. At least that's from what I was told. But you're not supposed to use MMA because it weakens the nail bed and it causes problems. EMA is the healthier monomer that you can use. MMA is cheaper. A lot of people are going to use it over EMA. It's just complicated. But just know that if you go to a nail salon, you should be able to use EMA products, and they should be using EMA instead of MMA. Yeah, he was the absolute sweetest, so cute, and he was so incredible to my little sister, and I always love him for that. Just like when my other sister met Bailey, she made her entire day at 14, and she met Bailey. Oh, she made her day, and to this day at 14, she met Bailey when she was 6. She still talks about it. She met Bailey when she was 6. Wow. If someone makes fun of your weight, you make fun of their age. It's fair game. I mean, I'm just saying. I was so mad. That would make my entire life, Tirza. She was going off, blinded by rage. I mean, yeah, that's a fair statement. I'll accept that. One day we're gonna start a fund to get your mom a mic and get her on in our conversations sometimes. Absolutely not. No, no, no. Absolutely not, Ma. No. Yes. Yes, she is. Tirza, give me your secrets on meeting a lot of people. I agree with you. I can't help it. I'm not a hothead, though. I refuse to accept that. Mom, leave it alone. Why is she messing with me? They calling me a hothead because I'm a Sagittarius, and I don't think that's fair. My daddy said it's just me. He said it ain't got nothing to do with that. He said you are just like that. That's you. Me and her can discuss our love for Orange. Please don't encourage my mom, please. Oh Lord, she done came out. Mama Rico said you and him can discuss y'all love for Orange. They heard you say Orange one time. This why you can't come on here, because you ignorant. You ignorant. And she gonna be acting up. Mom, you in the bathroom acting up this whole time. I am not a hothead.
You can be. When you passionate about what you're talking about, you can be. Yeah.
This is some bullshit. Some bullshit. Yeah, when Bailey was the hugger, she was her favorite. And we were at a live event, and my sister was wearing her t-shirt, and she was yelling for Bailey, and she didn't hear her. So I yelled, Bailey. And she said, I yelled, Bailey, my little sister loves you. And she walked down the ramp and gave her a hug. Damn, Tirza got some pipes, and she was able to catch her attention.
Right.
Just get Tirza. If you want to hug somebody or know somebody, just like, Tirza, go yell at Finn Balor right quick. I need to tell him something. I need to talk to him. It's just me and him. We just need to get a hug. I just need to confirm a few things. That's all. I will say, just like my bro, y'all can put some cuss words together. I be taking notes. Child, you make me mad, I call you anything that come to my mind. Whatever come first is what come out. I honestly don't have any secrets. First of all, it wasn't one time. It was twice in a single sentence. I can't with you. Orange is my favorite color. Now they all saying it. My mama ignorant. She can't. Right now, my mother is not happy with Roman Reigns and the bloodline. And she gets upset when they are on TV. She is mad When I tell you she is mad, honey, she is angry.
The shit needs to stop. It's time for it to go the fuck away.
She is not a happy camper.
And the sad part about it is Roman is one of my favorite wrestlers.
I know a lot of people love Roman. I love Roman though. I think he's in his bag. He getting on my nerves, but he in his bag. I can't deny that. Now I know I can curse a motherfucker out. Period. Me and her on the same page. Y'all ain't shit. Y'all ain't shit. The last time I went to SD, Roman had a dark match, and I had made him break because I was yelling, "I love you, my tribal chief." Girl, I would be embarrassed. I would just hide.
You don't want to tell everybody acknowledge you brought this on yourself.
I'd be under the table like, is she done yelling, Jerry? I'm just, excuse me. I did not do that. When I go to shows, I do not yell, I do not scream. I'm just sitting there watching it because I generally am invested in what I see. And because I don't wanna interrupt anybody else having a good time. And then too, when we went that Monday, it was a bunch of little kids that was sitting next to us. They weren't cursing, but they was yelling, you know, and it was some funny shit they was yelling, right? You remember, Jared.
Mm-hmm.
But I just didn't want to.
It still wasn't nothing worse than what Anthony did when Cesaro took his ass out there.
Right. I didn't want to interrupt anybody's time. And if I was really cutting up, I'd have been acting a damn fool. So I was trying to be as courteous to the people around me as possible. And my family was there, and I wanted them to watch the show because some of them hadn't watched wrestling in a while. And like one of my best friends, Angie, came and she brought her son. And I didn't want to like be going in the way I usually go in. I was trying to keep it cool, you know. She said F them kids. My mom, however, when Finn came out, this is no lie. When Finn came out, my mom is sitting in the chair, and when he goes and puts his hands on the ground, then he puts his hands in the air, and the lights go up, and the music tempo changes. My mom was standing up, just the whole time, just doing. She was taking me out. I was like, "Mom, sit your ass down." She said, "No." I'm doing the Finn. That's what she said. I said, "Mama, please. Mom, please sit down." When Edge came out there, he was Dark Edge during that time. Mommy booed the shit out of him. She booed the shit out of him. She was like, "Boo!" I was like, "Mama, calm down." Calm down. I was crying. Oh my God. I was crying my ass. I was crying, y'all. I also get upset while they're on TV. You know I love Mom. That's my girl. She is a mess. When I told her that Tirza wasn't coming because she ended up having to go to work last minute. And I was like, "My Tirza was upset." She was like, "Oh," she's like, "I wanted to meet Tirza." She said, "Tell Tirza, don't worry about it. We'll get her next time." I told her, I said, Tirza said she had almost had her room booked. Everything was almost straight. And then she got the call. She had to go into work. And she was upset. When I tell you Tirza was upset, honey, she was pissed. My mama was like, "I'd be mad too." She was like, "If it was me, I'd have my ass up out of there." She said, "This is last minute." If Church weren't at the event, if Churn weren't at the event, Tirza would have yelled other things. Ooh, child. Nah, she said F them kids. The way he looked at me and smiled, baby, I can't with her. Nothing will ever top me in tears of Dragon Grayson Waller. Because she called him a yeast infection and I called him a period stain. It was a dark match, so the shit wasn't on TV. And for the money I paid for my seat, my ass is getting my money's worth. Okay? Fuck that noise. I can't with her. I cannot. My mom, facts, Rico. My mom is in love with Stone Cold. Roman lucky I ain't flash him. Tears. She heard his theme song. Her ass popped the fuck up out of nowhere. It was like, is that my man? And she said, watch that 20-minute match. Let me tell you something about my mother. My mother has a particular aesthetic. But my mother loves Kevin Nash. Loved him. Okay? When he used to come out, we talking about back in the day, Kevin Nash in his prime with the long hair and the beard. And he used to come out with the big sexy on the moniker. You know what I'm talking about? My mother infatuated with him. She loved The Rock during his early days. I ain't gonna never forgive her for walking past that man and not saying nothing. Never forgive her for that. I will always tell that story because she gonna learn today. She gonna learn today. Her ass saw Mark Henry and The Rock. And this was during what? It was during their peak shit when they was all in that group. It was The Rock, Mark Henry, and D'Lo Brown.
When is the Nation Domination?
No, it wasn't the Nation of Domination. No, it was just them three.
Oh, okay.
Because The Rock had the big championship, or I think it was a secondary belt. But The Rock had a belt. Mark had a belt at one point, and then D'Lo Brown ended up getting the IC championship. All of them had gold at one point. And I remember that shit because mommy went to the Chinese food place, and it was on Brook. It was where was it? Was it Brook Park?
I don't remember.
It was over by the airport. Mama went up there because we lived on the west side at the time, and Daddy wanted some Chinese food, and they ate Chinese food. I didn't eat Chinese food. So mommy went and bought Chinese food, and she came back home, and she says, I think I saw The Rock and Mark Henry. I was like, Mama, we watched wrestling tonight. They were downtown, and at that time, the wrestlers weren't staying at the Renaissance. They stayed at the Marriott close by the airport, so they can leave and go get in go to the airport. But nowadays they stay close by the stadium downtown, so they will stay in the Renaissance, or they will stay because downtown has a bunch of hotels now. The W's down there, the Drury Inn is down there. There's a bunch of nice hotels, and the big Marriott Hotel is down there. But this was back in the day. So Mom says she went to go pick up her order. She went to walk in, and The Rock came out and held the door, and Mark Henry walked past her. She said, thank you, looked him in the face, and walked away. The Rock smiled at her. Mommy said he smiled at her. And just they went back to they started walking to the car. My mother did not realize it was The Rock until after she made her way home. And I was like, Mom, you walked past The Rock and Mark Henry and didn't say nothing. She was like, I didn't realize it was them. I said, Mama, please tell me that's not true. I said, please tell me that's not true, Mom, please. She said, I'm sorry, I didn't realize it was them. Then what was we watching? We ended up that next week, we ended up watching Raw. And I think they were in Chicago right after that. Child. The Rock came out. I was like, see how he walked past that lady? You could have been that lady. I ain't never let her live that shit down. Hey, Nicole, I ain't never gonna let her live it down ever, because she let him walk past and she didn't say shit. She didn't say nothing. she just let him walk past. Oh, did y'all see The Rock's interview on E! News? Did y'all see it? The lady asked him. The lady said, who is the head of the table? And he said, who is the head of the table? You're looking at the head of the table. I was like, ooh, Raggy? What? What you say? What you said?
What did he say?
Right. So the lady said, are you confirming that you will be challenging Roman Reigns for the WWE Championship? And he said, no, I'm not confirming that. But he says it's a great match. He said if I could do it, but he said there's so many other variables involved that would have to be arranged. And he said the promoter in me is like, yes, we need to do this. And I'm just like, if you're going to be in LA and you do this, this is going to be interesting. I still say that match can be done without a title change happening to The Rock. I feel like that title, I mean, they're building it up like the only person that could do it is The Rock. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I hate that because, like, what are you going to do after that? How are you going to get that belt off of him? Is he just going to vacate it? Because that would be all for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of that would be for absolute nothing. And I feel like you could do that in a better way. You know what I mean? Okay, Robertson. I don't know who that girl is on TikTok, but she sure sound like Rihanna singing that song. She heard his theme and was like, wow, and left. Child. That's all she needed. I'm still mad about that shit, bro. She's still mad about not being able to come. Now I feel her in that because Big Daddy, that's why I say she'd be like, F them kids. Kevin Nash, yes, my mother is infatuated with Kevin Nash. Infatuated, she loves him. She still likes him to this day. Factually, I paid over $600 for my seat. I'm saying whatever the fuck I want. Ooh, $600, girl, that's rent, honey. That is rent. My older sister loves her some Roman Reigns. I like Roman too. I really, really do. I think that the best way to explain him is that he's a man's man, you know? And I like Roman. I've always been an advocate for Roman, that he could do great things. Always have been. I always saw the potential in Roman. I never doubted him. He's just getting on my damn nerves right now, which is a normal human response. Just saying. My mom is in love with Sting. She DVRs AEW and hopes to catch him. That's her forever man. She currently is in love with Drew McIntyre. Great choice. Great choice. Because he's so handsome. So much so that she has a Drew McIntyre phone case. You're fucking kidding me. No way. Not a phone case. Girl. Hey, Nicole. Let The Rock smile at me. The way my pants will fall to the floor. Ma'am. I wish my mama would. I wish she would have. I'd have slapped the shit. God, what's wrong with you out here dropping your drawers in front of that shit would have took me out. Oh my God. Woo. Oh shit. The dude who passed his baby off to The Rock this past weekend, he had the right idea. People on the internet was upset about that. It was his baby. He felt like the baby was safe. Last time he did, I think John beat him. And Austin still has the briefcase. Oh, that'll be even worse, Don. I'm serious. I don't like that at all. Oh, I don't like it. People need to relax. That damn baby was fine. Nobody gonna drop it with all them damn people around. I mean, The Rock got 2 girls of 3 kids of his own, one of them being an adult and the other 2 being young girls. I think he knows how to hold a baby. I think he's fine. And all them people had the baby. It seemed like the baby was fine to pass it off to The Rock. It seemed like it was okay. If that man was okay with that baby being passed off, then I'm okay with it because it ain't my damn baby. I didn't have nothing to do with it, okay? It's not my child. I don't think I would have done it because it's a lot of hands. But if that what you felt at the time, live your best life. Baby, can I have my cereal and some ice water, please?
I gotta make 2 trips.
Why you gotta make 2 trips?
Because you don't like your milk being in the goddamn bowl.
Because my cereal be soggy.
It don't be soggy.
Okay, pour it in there. It's You put it on the wrong plate. The water jug right there. Ooh, stank ass attitude. Let me tell you something. When Roman smiled and looked at me, the way my piercing was moving, tears of please. Please, tears of please. I'm going to bed. It's been 2 hours and 30 minutes. I am going to bed because the hell no. Ma'am. The baby was safe in The Rock's capable hands. I'm sure the baby was. It didn't even go that far. I didn't see the video, so I don't know. I'm just talking from my own personal what I would have done. Tears is tripping today. Don, they need to cut it out now. Tears, a happy anniversary. I hope you and Malcolm have a wonderful day today, because girl, you sure need it. The way you acted, I can just about imagine how this is gonna go down. I don't need no play-by-plays either. Just enjoy your night, child. Enjoy it. Okay? She said, what? I'm dead ass. That's why it's so funny. It's because I know you're serious. And I need for you to calm your little hot ass down somewhere. Just go sit in some ice water and cool your shit off. Cause it's real spicy today. You real. She said her piercing jokes. Please. Oh God. Lord have mercy. Oh shit. I can't stay up laughing with y'all all night. Not out of his joint. Okay, that's it. Y'all, listen. Down for the Count is getting ready to post a couple of episodes. Once Don gets done with his watching of the ECW, we will do Don's episode. We're gonna try to get another Halloween episode done for Down for the Count this week. We're gonna cover some new stuff this week. We're gonna talk about Extreme Rules and how we felt about it. We're gonna talk about Swerve and this list from Black Wrestling Podcast. I am also gonna talk about a little bit of this tomorrow. Hopefully I get done with the podcast in time that I can go live over here and do Freestyle Wednesday. Otherwise, it's gonna be Freestyle Thursday. because I have to do the podcast tomorrow. Um, So if you want to, you can always follow us over there on our podcast. If you want to get caught up on everything that we've talked about, we did cover Extreme Rules as individuals on our podcast, as well as I gave you a full storyline recap leading into Extreme Rules. So we're going to cover Extreme Rules extensively, talk about Bray Wyatt and his momentous return. We're going to talk about all of the matches, give you guys a grading of the pay-per-view as a whole, and let you guys know how we felt. And I think we're going to discuss a little bit about Raw and what happened on Monday Night Raw, because we have to. There was some returns, so we can talk about that. We're going to do some NXT recaps, and then we're going to go into the Swerve Scott Black Wrestling Podcast Top 50 list. We're going to talk about all that stuff on the podcast tomorrow. And again, I'm going to get with Don and Rico, and we're going to do another Fashion Files, which I have to edit the first one. I still haven't done that. Need to get that edited, and we're going to get the Don's doubling back with Don episode edited and up as soon as we record it. So no worries on all of that. It is coming. We always are available. They live tweet the shows, and they live tweeted Extreme Rules. The pay-per-views, they live tweet every time. At Down for the Count 19 is our Twitter, and at D4TC_podcast is our Instagram. Be sure to follow us on those two platforms. Those are the only two platforms we have. And of course, you can always listen to the podcast on Spotify, Apple, Google, and many of the other platforms for podcasts. You can find us there. Be sure to rate us when you go over there. That helps push us into the algorithm of the podcast that people listen to in terms of our content, and more eyes allows us to get more people to our podcast, and then we can monetize like we've been able to, because you guys will hear ads on the podcast that I personally recorded, and that is so that we can have some monetary benefit on our podcast. And that is so we can finally focus on the podcast as a whole and really start focusing on it and pushing it out there for everybody to see. And if we can make decent money off of it, girl, we in there like swimwear. So help us out and make sure you push our stuff out there for everybody to see. Okay? Okay. Now, follow me on Instagram if you want to hear my commentary on all of the shows. A lot of people asking me about AEW over here on YouTube, and unfortunately, I do not do commentary on AEW, specifically because AEW does not allow me to do the commentary. They will flag my content, and that will ultimately let my page be deleted. So to protect my page and to not get myself in any more trouble, I do not do commentary on AEW at all. If you want commentary on AEW, tell Tony to stop flagging my shit. All right? You need more soap? Anyway.
I wish you would.
What do you think I was going to do?
Right in your front.
What do you think I was going to do? I like it when you get all aggressive, Jared. Anyway, if you want to help support my YouTube channel or my Instagram, you can help me because I do have to pay for StreamYard, like I said. Just drop a little bit in the Cash App. You definitely can. It's not required, but it is accepted. Go to We Love Wrestling if you want to learn more about Black wrestlers or any indie style wrestlers and women's wrestling. Trady is very good about focusing on women's wrestling, especially Black female wrestlers. He does a very good job at that. Hold on, let me get y'all comments in here. Child, I can only do 4 a day because it's too much. And also, me and Don is streaming on Thursday. Oh, they are streaming. Oh, I might watch it. Rico said this one won't be 3 parts. For it to do 3 parts, it did fairly well. So I have to say, shout out to Don for that, because it's not doing bad in the numbers department. It started off a little slow, but people obviously began to become more interested in the ending of the story. So I say if Don tighten up, like I told him, just tighten up how you do the episode. Like if you focus on a particular feud for the time frame, it might make things go a little bit faster and people might be more invested. Plus, you'll have more content to post in there if you decide to go on your own. You know what to do, you know? Good night, Kayla. Good night to you guys. So like I said, if you want to support the podcast, please do. You can always support We Love Wrestling. They talk about, Trady talks to a lot of wrestlers over there. He talks to a lot of black male wrestlers, a lot of black female wrestlers. He focuses on a lot of female wrestlers as a whole and highlights them on Wednesdays. But he talks to a lot of indie wrestlers. And most of the time, most of the people that you've seen on AEW and on WWE have gone through Trey D at some point, which makes it very, very cool that we're all a part of the We Love Wrestling family. With that being said, go over to his YouTube page and follow him. He goes to almost every freaking show that he can go to. He goes to all of them, and he is always taking video and pictures and live streaming matches. Like, he does everything. So you miss out on a lot of things if you don't follow him. He has all of the content you need. Also, if you into the shit, go over to AT2 on YouTube. You can follow him because, listen, babe, when I tell you he be having everything, babe, he be having everything. He's the one who had the story about Imi Udoka sleeping with that man's wife. He had the lady picture up. He knew who she was, and they confirmed it in the news a few weeks ago who that lady was. And it was not a female staffer. It was one of the Celtics staffer's wife. That's what that was, child. And I was like, But AG2 have everything. So go over there. Subscribe. He'll talk about Married to Medicine. He talk about everything that be in the news, all over the dirt sheets. He talk about it all, honey. He be having it live at least 2 or 3 times a day. Child, he be going at it. He's going to get all the tea. And as always, go follow Marks with Mics and get your podcast. Get your podcast. It's a real funny podcast. Plus, he be having some little cute content over there that I thought was very different. He did a very good job with him. And I'm featuring on one of the episodes. I think one of the second to last episodes. I'm on there with Katie. Katie's cool people too. She's over there with Smacking It Raw with Matt and I think his name is Vince. But everybody in that on the podcast scene are really, really cool, especially with wrestling. So go and check these podcasts out. I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed. They're very different from ours. Now, I'm just going to tell you the truth. They're very different from ours, but they're very good. I was tired by the end of it. I missed so many joke opportunities. I was disappointed with myself. You did, and it's a shame. I was tired too, Rico. I love Don to death, but Jesus, it was 2.5 hours. I was like, sir. They were literally on a buffet line, and I was not present enough to catch them. Look, we was dog tired, baby. Dog tired. But don't worry. Once Don get through everything he gonna get through, we'll go back, record the episode, and get it up for the month. And we'll do Fashion Files and get that up. And y'all got it. Okay? Don said, I was tired too. And I was high. They kept interrupting me. But y'all make sure y'all look out for those things and just look out for the next episode of Down for the Count because it is coming. With all that being said, I'm going to try to get Freestyle Wednesday up this week. If I can't, I will do something else next week. Or I'll do it Friday after I talk about SmackDown, which I might do that instead. But y'all make sure Y'all follow me over here. If you're not subscribed, you need to subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Some of y'all say you're not getting the notification. Just go back, take the notification off, and put it back on. That should help y'all get y'all notifications again. It just happens with YouTube. Sometimes it does what it's supposed to do, and sometimes it don't, child. But with all that being said, make sure you guys keep a lock over here. I try to post as often as I can over here. When shit goes down, I try to make a video. If I can't make a video, I post a little quick clip, or I will go live and do my live stream. With all that being said, I will see you guys in my next one. We got a lot to talk about. Okay, I was trying to save it for Freestyle Wednesday, but guess we're gonna have to save that for Friday. I'll see y'all Friday when I go live on Friday after SmackDown. Bye.
Thank y'all so much for coming and being part of my show. Please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe on the channel. It really helps to get my content out there for everybody to see. And I feel like even though we're a wrestling channel, we talk about a little bit of everything over here when I go live. So make sure you guys follow me on my social media as well. All of my socials are the same at Sack Design TV 2. You can find me on Twitter, and you can find me on Instagram, and you can find me on Facebook if you're a little nerd and you like Facebook. But don't forget to follow me and subscribe, and make sure you rate my videos and get that algorithm up to push it up so I can start being a little bit more professional, so I can start making some coins. Okay? I will talk to y'all later. Love you. Bye.